So the internet is up in arms after basically this clip came online where Taylor Rooks was speaking with Jayson Tatum, and they were talking about superstars in the NBA. And one of her comments was essentially that Kyrie Irving is an NBA superstar while Damian Lillard is not.
Is Damian Lillard a superstar?
I think that Damian has all of the superstar qualities, but it's hard to put him in this moment because of he just needs a little more.
Which I think if I just could choose one player for my team and let's see who has the best season as far as taking the team somewhere, I would much rather have Damian Lillard than Kyrie Irving. I think history proves that. Also, Damian Lillard made the top 75 and Kyrie Irving did not. But it gets you to thinking, what is a superstar and who are the superstars in the NBA? Now, I'm going to break down who I think are the superstars in the NBA, and I also have some honorable mention, people who are right there on the fence. So before we start, I'm just going to say my criteria, which is basically I think a superstar in the NBA is someone that can be the best player on a championship team. And there are only a few people in the NBA who actually have that talent. So I'm going to start with the honorable mention. And my first honorable mention might be actually a little kind of controversial as well. For my honorable mention, my first player, I have Nikola Jokic. And I understand he's the back-to-back NBA MVP. And last year, he did average 27 points on 58% shooting, 13 rebounds, but also giving you basically 8 assists. He has 7.9. But I put him in honorable mention for the same reason everyone who's in honorable mention. I feel like there's just one thing that's kind of holding him back from being that guy on a championship team. And for me, it's his defense. His defense is very bad, and I just feel like to be, on that caliber, you can't really be a liability for your team on either side of the court. At least as big of a liability as he was and is. In today's NBA, the best players most of the time are coming off pick and rolls, and his pick and roll defense is not good. That's the nicest way to say it. So I can't put him in that NBA superstar. I feel like I can't do it. Now next I have someone who normally would be in my superstar category, but because of injury, I feel like I have to take him out now, which is Kawhi Leonard. Everybody knows how good Kawhi is when he's healthy. The problem is he's almost never healthy, and that's a big minus. You can't really lead a team if you're not playing, So I have to take Kawhi out for that. Until then, especially being injured to the point that he didn't play at all last year. Coming into the season, I can't put him in that category just now. I can't do that. But yeah, let's get to the important thing, the NBA superstars, the people who basically, if you have any of these people on your team, you are in win now mode. It's time to win right now. First, we're going to go with my newest addition to this list. He's going into his 5th year in the league, Luka Doncic. Last year, he averaged 28.4 points a game, 45% from the field, 9.1 rebounds, 8.7 assists, and he led his team to the conference finals. When you look at that team, he doesn't have another person who you would really look at as even close to being like an honorable mention superstar. If he were to get someone like that caliber on his team, I think that's almost an automatic championship. But Luka Doncic, the way he's taking the league by storm, his fearlessness, he goes at any and everybody. He wants to win. He wants the challenge of being that guy. He deserves to be on this list. He's absolutely an NBA superstar. He has the flair. He has everything. All he needs now is that second number 2 guy, and he's a lock to really make some noise in the playoffs. My next superstar, I got Joel Embiid. Last year averaged 30 points on 50% from the field, 37% from 3, 11.7 rebounds. He even threw in 4 assists. I think he's clearly a guy you could build around. Philly has absolutely done that. Now, thing with him, he's had some solid teams. If you look back, he's had some solid teams built around him. Now, he's still growing as a player. He's growing into the player that he's going to be. So it's a little too early to put the clock on him, but he has had some good teams and good teammates. If this doesn't work out with Harden, we're gonna have to adjust how we look at Joel Embiid. It's a little too soon to say that, but I think a conference finals at least needs to happen. It needs to happen. But the next guy on the list is also in the same conference, Giannis. Giannis, by all means, could be the best player in the NBA. Probably is the best player in the NBA, just as far as production goes. He averaged 29 points per game, 55% from the field, 11.6 rebounds, and basically 6 assists. And he's only getting better. His jump shot is getting much better. It looked better in the regular season, and the playoffs are still a little iffy. But you can't deny at this point he won the championship already. Which again, his number 2 guy, Chris Middleton, he's a good player, but it wasn't a super team by any stretch of the imagination. So Giannis obviously belongs to be on this list. Next, Kevin Durant. We all know who he is. 29.9 points per game, 51% from the field, 7.4 rebounds, 6.4 assists last year. Now his team did get swept, but it's still Kevin Durant. I would just say that's just a testament to defense still matters, and that was a very limited team defensively on the Brooklyn Nets had. We'll see what they do next year. If they stay together, if he gets traded, if Kyrie gets traded. If they do stay together, will Ben Simmons play? But I mean, KD, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons, if we're being honest, that's a championship contender alone. But we'll see. But I still have KD as an NBA superstar. I know a lot of people are kind of, taking him down in the rankings, which I'm not mad at. I've had numerous arguments. I don't think Kevin Durant's a top 10 all-time player. We don't have to get into that. But just as far as being a superstar in the NBA, Kevin Durant is absolutely that. Next, Steph Curry, obviously. We saw what he just did in the finals. During the regular season, he averaged 43% from the field, 38% from 3, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. He's changed the game. We don't have to even really do the whole list of Steph Curry, but he's gotten better. He's gotten much better as a defender. That was kind of the one thing that some years ago, if you wanted to not call him an NBA superstar, you could, just off the fact of how much of a liability he used to be defensively. But, he's won 4 championships now, so I don't think there's any debate on whether Steph Curry is an NBA superstar. He's one of the best players to ever play, easily the best shooter of all time. Steph Curry is absolutely an NBA superstar. And coming in last, we all know it's LeBron James. His team struggled last year, but it's still LeBron James. And we see when it's playoff time, how he still is able to take his game up to the next level. Regular season last year, he still averaged 30 points a game, 52% from the field, 36% from 3, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. We'll see what the Lakers do this year. Honestly, with or without Russ, if that team is healthy, I expect them to be contenders in the West next year. If they're able to stay healthy, I wouldn't be surprised if they go to the conference finals. Not at all. Because LeBron James and Anthony Davis is still just too much to handle. That duo is just unstoppable. And if they're able to somehow flip Westbrook into Kyrie Irving, that's almost an automatic championship. But LeBron James is, without question, a superstar. He's the face of the NBA. That's my list. I only have, as you can see, 6 players that I feel are NBA superstars. I want to know what you guys think, though. Make sure you guys comment. I really want to get into this dialogue and see what other people think of who is and who isn't, who I left off, who you feel should be on the honorable mention list. I'll even say it now. The one person I wanted to add to honorable mention was Jayson Tatum, but he's just too inconsistent for me right now. Just too inconsistent. If he next year he fixes that, then absolutely we can have a discussion. But right now, I don't think he's on that list just yet. But again, make sure you guys like, comment, also subscribe. Let's build this community up. Let's talk about it. I want to know exactly what you guys think about this. Until next time, this is Hugo Black coming to you. Damn Near Pro Podcast.